The last conversation between Malcolm X and his oldest daughter. Baby girl, today, there are men with serrated faces and callous smiles who will come for me. These men, with their half-chewed hearts, are the same men who've been watching me. They tap our phones, check our mail, legally look at our finances. Hell, they even called your mother personally to tell her they are to kill me, and baby girl, they will kill me. You're to act like I've always taught you to. You're to smile. You're to be happy. Know your history. You're to love. Remember me as I am, because these men who speak in creative truths will try and convince you I'm a monster, like I never held you, like I never hugged you, like I never looked you in the face and promised you the sky, like I never sat there with these clumsy hands and braided your hair or kissed you beautiful, like I never told you a bedtime story, like I'm not a father, like I don't have a mother, like I don't smile, like I don't know God. Baby girl, today these men with their shrapnel for hands will try and convince you that they did this because I'm Malcolm Little, turn Detroit red because I'm Malcolm X, turn El Haj Malik Shabazz because I'm bad. Oh baby girl, I'm a bad mother. These men, the same men who brought you the deaths of Patrice Lumumba, of Medgar Evers and JFK and Laser Quality, will try and convince you that no one man should have all this power. They will try and convince you I am a monster, like I never held you, like I never hugged you, like I never taught you to fly a kite, like I never took you downtown to see a moving picture, like I never checked underneath your bed for monsters or behind closet doors, like I'm not a father, like I'm not a father, like I'm not a father, like I'm not your father, baby girl. Remember that morning about 2 weeks back? When you had made me breakfast, your eyes were so brown. You had asked, Daddy, how come you didn't drink all the coffee I made for you? I didn't want to tell you it was because it had gotten cold, so instead, I took your finger, swirled it around the cup, drank every last drop, told you it only needed a little more brown sugar. Remember how big you smiled? Baby girl, today these men will try and take your smile. They will say they assassinated Malcolm X, a Muslim extremist, a card-carrying commie, an unpatriotic threat to the nation. You will say they murdered your father, who will never get to see you grow old, who will never get to see you graduate, who won't be there if they ask who gives this woman away. Baby girl, I don't want to give you away. I'm sorry, I don't know the joys of holding my grandbabies. We'll never know their names. I am sorry I won't be there, because today there are men who are coming to hunt me with rope and shotgun justice. It is your job to show the world how they murdered a human being.
No, I don't worry. I tell you, I'm a man who believed that I died 20 years ago, and I live like a man who is dead already. I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you? We declare our right on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being by any means necessary.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've never done this before. Celebrating my brother, Malcolm. But that brother touched my heart when he said, I won't be there for my grandbabies. I won't be there to see you graduate. I won't be there to see your smile. And J. Edgar Hoover and the United States government tried to make it look like somebody else did it, the nation. But Mr. Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, Honorable Elijah Muhammad had nothing to do with it. Believe me, if they did, he'd have been indicted in 2 seconds. Believe me, if Minister Farrakhan had anything to do with it, he would have been indicted in 2 seconds. The United States government, J. Edgar Hoover and his Hooverites, we have the evidence now. And the guy that created the problem on the bottom wasn't the one that did it, that did all the time. It was the sharpshooters, because they weren't going to take a chance. They had already put him there, and they had bought the captain out. I don't remember his name. It don't say here in this paper, but I get his name. They told Brother Malcolm they had not searched. They would have got me where they wouldn't have got me then. I'd have told them, get my family, walk them out slowly, and I'd have went out the back door. You cannot go anywhere and speak the way this man spoke and open that many monsters up and say that many lives. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad personally taught him about the clean glass of water and the dirty glass of water. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear me tonight. And no one can contest what I'm saying. I'm only speaking the truth. My number is 281-896-8215. Anyone can call in now. Anyone can come in. Anyone can link in. And I'll meet you anywhere on the planet Earth and have this discussion. I'll put my life up, and you have to put yours up too, though, because you're a bunch of habitual liars, bunch of haters. This man, one of the greatest men ever lived, Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, Minister Louis Farrakhan, bringing the march with almost 2 million men, October the 16th on a Monday, and shut down the government. 1995, not one incident. And didn't tell no one to join, to all of them to go back and get an organization and take care of their wives, their family, and their children. These people has been taking our lives for a long time, unalive. Put Martin on a balcony and told someone not to wear a tie. I won't call his name, but it's him. Him and Andrew Young, Jesse. It's in the book, William Tell, the lawyer of Martin Luther King. I have a book in my other home. It's sad that he went and done all that great work after he worked with the CIA, the government, and put him on that balcony. Anyone would put Martin Luther King on a balcony. It had more threats than the President of the United States of America, Kennedy at that time. It's sad that they don't want us to have anyone that's going to lead us to God. I know for a fact. When I was in prison and for 6 years, they sent me to 20-something prisons, and I was dealing with the Muslim and the Christians and all of them, the gangbangers, and bringing them together for one God. They told me in Maryland, Florida, a lieutenant, he told me, young man, pulled me in the room. See, if you don't stop teaching what you're teaching, they're going to unalive you. Well, I was a child, still is, but I'm just a more wiser child at this time. Because God said, except if you come as a child, you never see the kingdom of God. But again, I didn't understand. I was a baby. I was an infant. I didn't understand that if you spoke truth and made peace and become a peacemaker, because God said He's the author of truth, author of peace and not confusion. And Jesus said, I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. So I was completely confused when He told me that. I didn't grasp it right then, but I did later on, but not completely till I got out of there. And they tried to unalive me 5 times. But I'm so glad that my brother, Malcolm, did this great work. And no one seemed to say that him and the minister was like this. And as I read it, the minister was up under him for 9 years. 9 years of completion. And they was prolific. And they tell the lie in the movie that when he went over to Mecca, Medina, that he seen white Muslims. I want you to hear what I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen. Spike Lee, I have nothing against you. You only wrote what was told to you, or what was told to you, or what was lied to you. And I'll meet you in court if you choose to. And I prove that what you said in that movie, and I don't think you did it purposely, was an outright lie. Look, man, the man didn't have no wake-up call. Master Fard Muhammad, the teacher of Honorable Elijah Muhammad, has a white mother and a black father, and like a complete white man. So he already knew that white people, Indian people, Hispanic people could be Muslims. But y'all tell that outright lie to the world and trick the world into the buffoonery and foolishness. And that's why God said in Revelation 12:9 that the devil, which is the government, should deceive the whole world, which Donald Trump is completely in full control of it from Israel as him being a puppet and a robot. And the Republicans are so weak, they ain't put him out yet. And they're going to lose so many seats. And there's so many millions of dollars being lost. And now they want to take $1,700,000,000 and give to a bunch of thugs that he let out and gave a full pardon. And y'all have not stopped the war and put him out yet. So Malcolm life was taken because he was going back to his leader. Because anybody can have a misunderstanding. Okay, it happens. But we blowed it out of proportion purposely, the government. And when they seen the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and he wrote the letter, and I don't know if he sent a tape. I heard he did. And he would let them know that the apostle, you know, there's no problem. Because he made him, he gave him the truth. He taught him the word. But the way y'all fake it out in the movie, he went overseas and he seen white Muslim and came back and turned to another person. That's a bunch of lies. Take me to court, please, please. Government, Spike Lee, interview. Spike, I love you, but it's a lie. Spike, come and I'll show you how Master Fard Muhammad looked. I don't have a picture with me. It said Mother House. Well, I wish I had it. Looked just like a white man. He has a white mother and a black father. And you know, we said God appeared in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, July the 4th, 1930. So if God could appear in that kind of skin and with a white mother and a black father, what could be more exciting him go to Mecca and see some white Muslim when he already, his leaders had taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that taught him. Okay, now you getting it. So it's an outright lie. I've been waiting to fix this lie because it's a lie. In spite, I have nothing against you because I know you don't know. You don't know. I know you don't know because you wouldn't have done that. You'd have told the truth. You're a truth teller. I know you would have done it. I know you borrowed a lot of money from a lot of people to make the movie. But again, brother, it's an outright lie. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had anything to do with Malcolm. He would never put a hit on nobody, and especially not his son, his spiritual son. But they tried to kill two birds with one stone, and it did not work. I studied all of that while I was gone for the 10 years, looked over 600 tapes, seen the lawyer come back with the evidence to prove that the government had everything to do with it. And the bullets came from sharpshooters from here, his death, not them little boys with the shooting and the faking and the fire and all that, and did all that time for nothing. So again, ladies and gentlemen, they always line us same way they killed Tupac, same way they killed Biggie, the same way they killed Michael Jackson, the same way they killed Prince, unalive. This is what they do, and they've been doing it for a while. And the only reason they didn't kill a minister, they know the whole America blew up. But they put something in a place one day, but I won't say what it was. And it was found by the sixth captain, I won't call his name. So these people are rotten and low down. Same way he just spoke about how they radiated him and tried to radiate him out of here when he had cancer. That's why people had to help him walk now behind what they did, but he's still alive. So this is the kind of filthy people we dealing with. And that's why God said in Revelation 12:9 that the devil should deceive the whole world. If you don't believe it's there, go to Revelation. I'll sit here till you find it. It's Revelation 12:9. The whole world. The whole 196,940,000 square miles. Land-wise, 57,255,000 square miles. Water-wise, 139,685,000 square miles of water. The earth weighs 6 sextillion tons, a unit followed by 21 ciphers. In Isaiah 40, God said, if you have not heard, have you not been told, there's nothing too hard for me. So any of you that want to contest this teaching, any of you want to go and tell me some more lies about Malcolm, bring it. Again, we can put up 100,000 of your life. Either one is just, it's your choice. It's your choice. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being cocky or arrogant. I'm being factual, actual facts. The time for the myth and the lie is over. You habitual liars. He went over and seen Mecca and come back and, oh, it's white Muslim. Oh, mama lied to me. That's a lie from the pits of hell. Master Fard Muhammad, the man that taught Honorable Elijah Muhammad, that we can prove God appeared in, with a white mother and a black father. So he's a Muslim. So if that's the case, he already knew it from the teachings before he even went over. So stop the lie. Honorable Elijah Muhammad never told him there wasn't no white Muslims, Spanish Muslims, Jamaicans, Cubans. A Muslim is one who submits his will to do the will of God. Islam means peace. Jesus was a Muslim. He submitted his will to do the will of God. Jesus Christ never heard the word Christianity. Any pastor anywhere on the planet Earth, I will meet you at your pulpit. I'll meet you at any church that you want, and you can put up 100,000 of your life, whichever one you want. It's just better for you to put up 100,000. Don't lose your life on a lie. Jesus Christ, Yahshua, the James been around for 600 years, never heard nothing about no Christianity, no Christmas, no Easter, no Valentine, no thing. Now, all this buffoonery was made up. Religion comes from religiosity. All this is a lie to keep you confused. That's why it's 1,600 some religions. to keep you confused and never know who God is. And that's why most people don't have a personal relationship with God for all these lies they done told. Catherine, are you back yet? Okay,
Yes, I'm here.
okay. So I was taking my time, sister, giving them facts that I've never said, but on Malcolm's birthday, I have to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. Not what I think, what I know. How they killed Malcolm. I mean, how they unalive Malcolm. How they unalive Martin and the rest of them. So again, I can go down the road and prove it the same way they took Michael. So it's this is a low down, rotten people. The same one dropped a bomb in 1921 in Tulsa on Black Wall Street. And it wasn't because Rolland bumped into the little white girl, because they got married 9 or 10 months later in Chicago. We made Chicago too. A black man drew the whole Chicago. We made the whole Washington, D.C. Mantle Mufa's uncle was here before all of us. So all this is a lie, man. We didn't get here in no 1619, 1 year before Plymouth Rock. We got here in 1555. When you subtract 1555 and 1619, that's the 64 squares on the chessboard. And when you go to the chessboard, you can see the 64 reasons why they've been trying to keep us, taking our name, our God, and everything they done to us. You got 16 pieces on one side, 16 pieces on the other side. For some reason, the white moved first. Angel food cake white, devil food cake black. They made it comfortable with this lie. Painted Jesus a white man. That's Michelangelo cousin Larry. Hair like lamb wool, feet like burner's bride, eyes like burner's fire. And Revelation 2. Read it for yourself. Everything you've been told, Columbus discovered America, everything you've been told is a outright lie. So Malcolm X today, the truth will be told. They didn't want him back with his teacher. If he was going against his teacher, they want that. They didn't want him back with his teacher. And they definitely didn't want Martin Luther King with him. Because Martin Luther King said, I got a dream that I'm going to the mountaintop to see the coming of the Lord, and you may not get there with me. And when he met the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, I had a dream that I've been to the mountaintop. I seen the coming of the Lord. They said, oh my God. He's been in Deuteronomy. A dream was a dream. He know who we are now. He said he led his people in a burning fire. In 63, he said something. He woke up, ladies and gentlemen. They want us asleep. Look at Donald Trump. It's the same government. He want to take the rights and don't want us to vote. And look at this madness. Want to take 1.7 billion and give it to a bunch of thugs that was killing, that was unaliving police and other people and broke into the Capitol on the 6th. Now you want to give them the taxpayers' money? Y'all don't see this? Malcolm, we love you. You did a great job. A lot of people have lied on you. And I'm here today as a servant of God, as a child of God. I can test every lie that I know of. Again, my number is 281-896-8215. If anyone think they have any truth about this, other than what I just said, call. I'll meet you wherever you want to meet at whatever church you want, because all this is a lie. We got 400,000 churches. Why are we not free? Why we don't have our own banks, our own credit union, our own finance companies, our own airports, build our own subdivision, grow our own food, our own water company? Why we still beggars and begging massa, food stamps and Head Start and SNAP, and to give us insurance? We should own our own insurance companies. You owe us over $100 trillion. Give us our money for our 40 acres of the mule. Martin Roland Martin is correct. We want our money. So don't tell me about pull me up by no bootstrap when I ain't got no straps. You pay reparation to everybody but us. Again, America, the world will see what I've just said. We will put it out all over the world. You are a habitual liar. And the government is coming down, and God will replace it with a righteous government. That's why he said in Revelation 17, she became a whore. Revelation 18, come out of her, my people. She had become the habitation of devils, from every foul and evil spirit, from every unclean caged bird. Come out of her, my people. My people. Why did God say, come out of my people? Why didn't the great God say, come out of all people? I'm in my robe where I got in the Hempstead, the Pendleton Seminary School, one of the best seminary schools in the state of the United States and the state of Texas. The lady helped with the Heaviscope, one of the smartest women on the planet. Where I got my divinity degree, my doctor's. And I have more of this since then, but I couldn't figure a better day to put it on for my brother Malcolm. We love him. We don't love the split. We don't love the word usage. We don't love none of that. But it happened. We all made mistakes. And if one of you have not sinned, cast the first stone. And how many of you have brought hundreds of thousands of people in the nation, in a church, anywhere? You ain't done it. So stop it. Ms. Farrakhan, the only one other done it. And my brother, who I trained, um, um, Warren Jackson in Oklahoma, brought thousands to the nation. Came the number one fisherman. I brought 3,000 right there in Oklahoma when the regional minister came out. So we expert in fishing. But now this is Martin Luther King's birthday. Malcolm's birthday. And we want to honor him and his wife and his daughters, all of them. We love you and we wish you well, and you should be wealthy in knowledge, wisdom, and with wealth that you'll never need for anything. And at some time when me and Catherine and the company, Perfect Vision 2025 LLC, Gloves Up, Guns Down by Johnny Bonda, whatever we can do with other people that join us, help us make millions of dollars, whatever the Malcolm family need. If you need for anything, I can put my life on it. We'll be there and we'll cut the check. I'm saying this publicly. We love you for the great work your father did. Thank you. Come on, Catherine.
Welcome to the Johnny Binder Show, everyone. As you can see, today's topic is Malcolm X at 101, Truth, Transformation, and the Fight for Black Self-Determination. So in that, we know he preached determination. He preached self-reliance. And I really need to find the video about his mother just to understand what molded him and shaped him into the man that he became. But everyone remembers this particular saying by him, by any means necessary. So I'm going to play an excerpt from that speech. And then, Minister, I want you to add some context to it so that we understand all that means. I think people took away, have a one-dimensional view of that, meaning to take up arms or act out physically. But we'll play it and then we'll come back and we'll let you speak on it. And meanwhile,
And try,
fam.
and try to
Mhm.
find what his mother, they talked about what she went through, the children she had, how she went to jail and all of that. So if you find that, that'll be right on time.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what I was saying. So, fam, thank you for joining us on Facebook. Thank you for joining us on YouTube and on TikTok. If you're watching, please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, and drop us a line, drop us a comment. We want to know what you think and what your takeaway is about the legacy of Malcolm X. So here it is.
We
By
end
any
today's show
means
with Malcolm
necessary.
X in his own words, speaking in 1964.
One of the first things that the independent African nations did was to form an organization called the Organization of African Unity. The purpose of our organization of Afro-American Unity, which has the same aim and objective, to fight whoever gets in our way. To bring about the complete independence of people of African descent here in the Western Hemisphere, and first here in the United States, and bring about the freedom of these people by any means necessary. That's our motto. The purpose of our organization is to start right here in Harlem, which has the largest concentration of people of African descent that exists anywhere on this earth. There are more Africans here in Harlem than exist in any city on the African continent, because that's what you and I are, Africans. The Charter of the United Nations, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Constitution of the United States, and the Bill of Rights are the principles in which we believe, and that these documents, if put into practice, represent the essence of mankind's hopes and good intentions, desirous that all Afro-American people and organizations should henceforth unite so that the welfare and well-being of our people will be assured. We are resolved to reinforce the common bond of purpose between our people by submerging all of our differences and establishing non-sectarian constructive programs for human rights. We hereby present this charter. Number one, the establishment. The Organization of Afro-American Unity shall include all people of African descent in the Western Hemisphere. In essence, what it is saying, instead of you and me running around here seeking allies in our struggle for freedom, in the Irish neighborhood or the Jewish neighborhood or the Italian neighborhood, we need to seek some allies among people who look something like we do. And once we get their allies, it's time out for you and me to stop running away from the wolf right into the arms of the fox, looking for some kind of help. That's a drag. Number two, self-defense. Since self-preservation is the first law of nature, we assert the Afro-Americans' right to self-defense. The Constitution of the United States of America clearly affirms the right of every American citizen to bear arms. And as Americans, we will not give up a single right guaranteed under the Constitution. The history of unpunished violence against our people clearly indicates that we must be prepared to defend ourselves, or we will continue to be a defenseless people at the mercy of a ruthless and violent racist mob.
Malcolm X, speaking in 1964. He was born 98 years ago today, on May 19th, 1925. Go to democracynow.org to see the full event with Dr. Angela.
We'll pause it right there, Minister. So everything he said to me sounded like by any means necessary. And I think it's a blessing, but it took Ghana and the initiative of a lot of other African nations to start really pushing reparations hard at the global level by taking that resolution to the UN about a month or so ago. So, what are your thoughts on by any means necessary? Hold up.
Very strategic. He had read a lot of books, dictionary, encyclopedia, and the message to the black man, uh, our Savior has arrived, how they can live 1 and 2. So, uh, actual facts, student enrollment, general orders. Um, he was very prolific, very smart, very bright. Malcolm felt that um, that we had taken enough from this government. The teaching of the Nation of Islam, there's no guns, no arms. Most people don't even know that. Because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that if you do that, a lot of brothers in their ignorance, in their triggeration, being triggered, would do something they regret. And we seeing it now. 26% of our young men are unalive, our women when they quit them. So that's the truth. And every 10 minutes, some woman life is taken. And every 3 seconds, some woman is raped. Taken. So again, Malcolm was speaking of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. By all means, they throw means out. They just necessary. Means of knowledge and wisdom, what our giftedness, our prodigiousness. And if someone is trying to shoot at us with a firearm, the Ku Klux Klan, like they did his father, put on a railroad, and his family went through a lot. So I hope you find that tape because it was nailed this show what his mother went through. She went through it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, um, the truth is not out about what Malcolm's mother went through, and seemed like no one talked about it for whatever reason. And whoever talked about it, I ain't heard it because I heard it for the first time through Catherine about 3, 4 months ago. I did not know Malcolm's mother went through that much hell on the planet Earth with her children and going to jail and all of that. And they stood strong and come back together out of all that tragedy. So, and to take his father and put him on the railroad, to mark a Garden Nights or whatever, he was a freedom fighter, and to do him like that. These people are animals, and there's been no justice. So people don't understand Malcolm like they should. Uh, I looked at the book. I looked at what he learned. I looked at what his family been through. So when you say by all means necessary, so we come in peace. We're peaceful people. We never hung a lot of people and set people on fire and take people's sex and take people's wives and have sex with them and give them back to them. We don't have that record. They do. So Malcolm had been fed up. He's a warrior. So he's saying he would do everything he can to uphold the law in every perspective. But if you shoot in my house, we're going to shoot back. So with knowledge, with wisdom and understanding, are physical. So Martin Luther King proved that with bull hunters and all of them, hitting them with the water hose and sick dogs on them, sitting at a lunch counter. I don't want to sit at no lunch counter. I don't care about going to their movies, their graveyards, and none of that. If somebody don't want me in a neighborhood, don't want me in a restaurant, I have no problem with that. We just go get our own restaurant. Same way we did with Black Wall Street. And we had 100 Black Wall Street, not just one. Started in Wilmington in 1898. So they have destroyed all the Black Wall Streets we ever had, purposely. And the one in Oklahoma, because in Tatum, we had the deepest, second deepest oil field. So we had about 10, 15,000 billionaires and thousands of millionaires. And they didn't want this, ladies and gentlemen. You've been lied to, man. Malcolm is a hero. And anybody say he's not, I debate with them. Anywhere on the planet Earth, he's a hero. He made mistakes. I make mistakes. All of us have made mistakes. If one of you have not sinned, cast the first stone. But he had way more good than bad. He woke up millions of people. He worked directly with Minister Honorable the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and did great work. And Malcolm knew about the wives and that he could take on no little girls. Minister Farrakhan brought it on and proved that the women knew exactly what they were doing to further own the nation. He didn't take on like Solomon, 700 wives and 300 concubines. So again, ladies and gentlemen, the people know the language. They just tried to create confusion. And Malcolm said, by all means necessary. In other words, enough is enough. And when you fed up and people keep hanging you and setting you on fire and shoot you in the front of you, what?
We got to watch our language.
A bullet in front of you. What I supposed to say? That part. Not
Assault. You can say assaulted with a weapon.
assault with a weapon. Thank you. I never tried that one. Assault with a weapon. So it's completely out of order. And you all just think we're gonna keep taking this too, don't you? No, we're not. No, we're not. Enough is enough, man. Donald Trump done enough to show the world systemic racism. To take Renee Goody life, to unalive her like that, when all she did was back up this way and went the other way. Then lie and say she hit the man and took him to the hospital. Habitual liars. Alex Pelly, with his firearm and license, nurse, outstanding citizen, outstanding nurse. Ain't had a traffic ticket, nothing. Beautiful young man. Went there. Y'all went to the resurrection, you did all that. He didn't break in no capital. He had a phone in his hand like this and helping two women up. And y'all threw him down, took his piece off, and some wound away 10 times in his back. And two Hispanics, how could you be a part of that when this wicked individual called Trump, the Antichrist, worked for Israel, and you unalive our brother 10 times? You put a curse on all your family. You're rotten. You will not make it. God will deal with all of you Trumpanites, Israelites that had something to do with this. It's sad. So by all means necessary, Malcolm was throwing out a subliminal suggestion to letting people know that we here we are here. We for peace. The officer stopped me the other night. I gave him a license, let my windows down. All four of them. I turned the light on. And he treated me nice, and the officer said, "What's up, old school?" I said, "I'm good." And they drove out. A black one and a white one, nice. I ain't had but two incidents in 30 years. So again, we have to be careful because they don't want us in power like China. China is the strongest nation right now on the planet. Their arsenal is 15 years in the front of anyone's and America. America's not the world power no more. So y'all can keep faking it and lying all you want. Donald Trump know this. That's why he ain't gonna do nothing to China. Absolutely nothing. And China told him to leave North Korea alone, and they're gonna stop them from messing with Iran. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it was an unjust war. And to unalive 165 little girls when they shot a missile or something in there and seen in there, it was a schoolhouse, and seeing the people, the children, think from 6 to 12 years old. They run in the prayer room. Then they made another and asked this man, the lady took the witness stand on Midas touch and told it. He said, do it. And unalive 165 young girls. Mr. Trump, my name Johnny Binder, slave name, Dr. David Jeremiah. I can promise you, God is going to get you. I don't care about no Republicans, Democrats, Independent. I can afford you the same way you say you weren't going to heaven. You going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. And all you Trumpinites, you going with him. The only way you can miss hell right now is repent and atone and do what the rest of them doing. Come and say I was a fool. He tricked me. Old lady said, I don't even want no pardon. I was a part of a coup. I'm guilty, so I don't want no pardon. I honor that lady. And if I'd have been there, I'd have did the same thing she did if I was crazy enough to follow him. He's worse than Jim Jones, ladies and gentlemen. The man is an antichrist. Then he lied and said that he was trying to play a doctor when he had Jesus clothes on, like I got my robe on from education, and I would say this is a doctor robe. This ain't no doctor robe. That's how silly I would be to say that. So again, by all means necessary, that we're not going to allow you to run up in our house and take our wife, our women, and our children and take them out back and have sex with them and bring them back. No, sir.
Be
No, sir.
with. Yeah.
Not doing that. That's what Malcolm was speaking about. By all means necessary, I honor your wife and your family. You go honor mine. I'm not going to do nothing to you, and you ain't going to do nothing to me. And if you do something to me, I'm going to do something to you. That's in the Old Testament. That's why I don't want you in the Old Testament. That's why I tell you the Old Testament is no good. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But Jesus said, I don't come to change the law. I come to fulfill. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Malcolm has not been explained except by Minister Farrakhan, explaining better than anybody. He was there with him. He was there with him for 9 years plus. And after that, here I come as a child. And I'm only telling you what I know, not what I think, that this was a great man. And the government did what they did. And we had a proof the government did it. And Minister Farrakhan is so great of a man. One of Malcolm's daughters misunderstood something and in her mind thought that he had something to do with it. And some kind of way, Fitzgerald or somebody supposed to hide him to try to hurt the minister. And the minister went and got her and made them drop the charges the whole 9 yards. And I think he brought her back to the palace and met with her. And I think he proved to her that he had his hands clean. There's no blood on my hand. I love your father. I love what happened, but I love him. I think I'm close. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Malcolm X is one of the greatest leaders we ever had. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did a great job in teaching him how to be a man of God. So by all means necessary, the Black Panther, the 10-point program, and all of that, here we are. Muhammad Ali from Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali. Why you think Dr. Put the power head, I'm trying to call his name, Kali, one of the greatest speakers, off the chain. So we got a lot of great brothers. Nuri right now, Ben X, uh, 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 our brother, um, well, I'm trying to call his name. The brother's powerful. So we have a lot of people in the region minister. So it's a lot of great brothers that know these teachings. Minister Lawrence Allen, William, the master, Mustafa, you know, Brother Ishmael, Brother Sharif, Captain Curtis, Captain Dennis, Captain Khalil. It's some great brothers. But you know, we still got informants, and God gonna help us move them out, and they will be moved out. So we love you. We love our Christian brothers and sisters. It's one God, one faith, one baptism, and we out of that religiosity. And Malcolm did a great job, and we here to honor his life today on his birthday. And I hope I did a great job in trying to explain by all means necessary. Thank you.
I believe you did. And I have also found, I found the video
Oh
featuring.
my God. About his
His.
mother?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold up. Go get your family. Go get your wife and children. Get Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Do it now. I'm giving you about 5 seconds. Call everybody. You got to see this. Malcolm's mother went through so much. What a powerful woman. Peace.
And after we watch this video, fam, we've had discussions on the show because they were talking about the how churches aren't making Malcolms and they're not making Martins or even Angelas, because women out here too, or Ida B. Wells's or Rosa Parks are not making those like they used to.
That's
And
right.
I had a question after we watched this for you, Minister. I had a question for
Bring
you.
it. Bring it.
Now let me make this larger so we can get the full picture.
Please.
Here we go.
Did you know that Malcolm X's mother spoke 4 languages, was a Pan-African activist, and was institutionalized for 25 years for being too black, too proud? Yeah, I'm sure they didn't teach you that in school. Before the world knew Malcolm, there was Louise Little, the real revolutionary. She was a fearless Garveyite, a brilliant strategist, and a woman who taught her babies to walk in their power long before they could even pronounce the word liberation. Born in Grenada in 1894, her story started with trauma. Her grandparents were kidnapped from West Africa, but they were rescued by British Navy and forced into indentured labor. Her mother, Edith, was raped by a white Scottish man. From that act of violence, Louise was born. But Louise turned that pain into purpose. She was fluent in English, French, Creole, and patois. She was educated, strategic, and she refused to bow. When she moved to Canada and joined Marcus Garvey's UNIA, she found her calling to build up the race one household at a time. She married Earl Little, a bold black preacher from Georgia, and together they traveled the Midwest, spreading Garvey gospel of black nationalism, land ownership, and self-sufficiency. But that kind of power, it scared folks, especially when it came from a black couple teaching other black folks to think freely. They weren't hurting anybody. They were minding their business, trying to unify their people, and the Klan came for them in Omaha. They had to keep moving to Milwaukee, to Lansing, because everywhere they went, their message of self-sufficiency made enemies. In 1929, their home was burned down by white supremacists. Then in 1931, Earl was killed, run over, and mutilated by a streetcar. Louise knew better. She said that the Black Legion, a Klan-affiliated white supremacist group, killed him. But the police, they ruled it a suicide. And guess what? The insurance company refused to pay out his life insurance policy. One of them ruled that it was a suicide. The other one claimed that the death was an accident. Either way, she got nothing. A widowed mother of 8, starving, grieving, and still she refused to let the system win. But the system had another play. Welfare workers didn't like her resistance. She wouldn't beg. She wouldn't lower her standards. She demanded dignity, and they labeled her crazy. So in 1938, they took her children and they locked her away in a mental institution for 25 years. Why? Because she was too proud. She was too educated, and she was too unapologetically Black because she refused to raise her children under the foot of white supremacy. But her children never gave up on her. Malcolm, along with his siblings, worked tirelessly to secure their mother's release. In 1963, after 25 years of institutionalization, Louise was finally free. She spent the remainder of her life surrounded by her family, living in Michigan until her passing in 1989. But Louise wasn't just Malcolm X's mother. She was the blueprint. She taught him to love Blackness. She taught him to speak boldly. She taught him that we come from kings and queens, not criminals in chains. Her story is our story. It's about how strong Black women are policed, punished, and pathologized for doing what any other woman would be praised for, and that's protecting her children and fighting for her family's future. Louise Little is a revolutionary matriarch, and every time we rise, build, and resist, we also carry her name. So today, we honor her, but not just because she gave birth to Malcolm, but because she gave birth to a movement. Now drop a Black fist in the comments and share it with someone who needs to hear this Black history gem.
And that is Louise Little.
My God. 25 years of that lady's life.
25 years.
38 to 1963.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Indeed.
Man.
So
Malcolm was in prison. His mama was in prison.
Right.
Lord have mercy.
And she unfortunately saw the passing of her husband, and both of them were assassinated, right? So, yeah, the assassination of her husband and her son.
Yeah, they say she lived in 1979?
89.
Okay. I didn't know that.
No. So my question for you, do you think we're putting too much emphasis on the church raising great leaders? Because evidently, I mean, Malcolm already had that foundation. Minister already had that foundation before he entered into I guess his dad was a preacher, but he already had that foundation. He wasn't necessarily made. His parents instilled that in him. So, yeah, I know his dad was a pastor. Martin's dad was a pastor too, but are we putting too much emphasis on the church raising leaders when we need to be raising them at home?
That's a good question. But I can honestly tell you, both. We should be raising our children at home to be powerful, intelligent, gifted, prodigies, and the church should be doing the same thing. If the church is not trying to make great disciples, great leaders, in Ezekiel 34, I'm just saying this to the church, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. God said, you clothed yourself, you fed yourself, but you have not fed my flock. You have scattered them all over the world. Now that's in the Bible. You fed yourself, you clothed yourself, but you have not. So we got to come away from these little kiddie teachings with these Sunday morning disco and style shows and political horse centers. With Creflo Dollar already had a plane, won another plane, and asked his people to give him $63 million. Do you know what he could have done with $63 million? Do you know how many vocational schools he could have opened? How many millions of lives he could have saved? But for him just to fly on a plane like he had some word to teach, Mr. Creflo Dollar, you got the plane. Show me your disciples. Show me where one of yours stand up for freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. Show me that. Where's your one that's building our houses, open up banks, credit unions, finance companies, our own water companies, exporting, importing with Africa, and building leaders, and open up vocational school for our children? Mr. Queffo Dollar, you can't answer me because you're not doing that. Not only you, 97% of the churches in America have not raised no Malcolms, no Martins, no Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, no Minister Louis Farrakhan, Dr. Khalid, Minister Lawrence Allens, Nuri, Ben X, James now, IZ. It's a bunch of it's out there. So the teaching is not effective. It's too much go along to get along. It's too much colonization. It's too much Christmas line. December's Decima, Decoma, the 10th month. It's not even the 12th month. And in that month, more people get unalive. More people get taken. More people get drunk. More domestic violence. Why in the month of Yahshua you call Jesus, where the J ain't been around for 600 years, why in that month is the worstest time ever? Because you're celebrating a lie. That's why I say happy holiday. Holiday, because there's nothing in this hollow. Notice you don't say happy holy day. You gave yourself up right there. And the pastors have not woke up to this. Happy holiday. Where the happy holiday? Once they trick you, pastor, saying happy holiday, what is a holiday? You are doing a pagan holiday. It said in Jeremiah 10, they cut a tree out the woods, they decked it with silver and gold. It's the work of a cunning man. God said don't follow their ways or their customs. They're brutish and foolish. Perry John Caldwell got tricked with that Chinese-born buffoonery because he was too powerful. He was too much like the minister. No Christmas, no Easter, no Halloween, but hallelujah. Then he would take Easter and do a play and show him where it came from, where you glorify God. And some of them monkeys was around him that didn't protect him. That's what happened, Pastor Kirby John Caldwell. That's what I was trying to tell you. It's somebody in your camp and they still there. They still there. Because if they surrounded you like they're supposed to, brother, you think Mr. Farrakhan gonna be a part of a Chinese bond? He got 13 councils, it ain't gonna happen. You are too powerful. 5 charter schools. Corinthian Point 1 and 2. The Power Center. Then you had Texas Children's Hospital. Then McDonald's and Burger King. Then the Supply. Then CVS. So they wanted to move you. And somebody in your camp whoever brought you that Chinese lie, that Chinese bond lie, with that wicked white boy whose license was out from day one. They wanted to demote you. You was doing too much. I done told you, now I'm telling you nationally, you was taken from one of your people in your camp. And most likely still there, unless he left yesterday. Whoever brought the thing to you, the Chinese bond, that's him or her. They supposed to protected you and not ever allowed you to participate from Sweetport and some money and we do this for you. No. You took 3,000 people one time and raised $9 million and went bought gold and stuff out of Africa. I was there. People wrote long names on the wall, thousands of dollars. You're too prolific, you're too smart. So they had to get rid of you. So now you got to build your way back. Pastor Kirby John Caldwell, they don't want nobody like you, teaching against Easter, Christmas, then try to get you to do same-sex marriage. I was there and I told you, no, sir. No, sir, we're not doing that. No, sir. God made Adam and Eve, not Steve. So again, brother, they don't want you with me. That's why they locked me up. So again, we have to understand what truth is. So again, we're not making strong enough leaders out the church and from our homes. It's been watered down. Where are Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Minister Farrakhan, Kylie's, Mustafa's, where they at? How to be well when we know who that is. Before Rosie Park, Underground Railroad. Where they at?
Okay, I'm on my way down.
Who you talking to? Who you talking to about you on your way down?
Okay, can you continue with the show?
Yes, ma'am. You confusing me. Somebody I'm on my way down. So again, don't let nobody distract you. This is a multi-million conversation.
Coney vibes. So keep on going, y'all. You ever looking for good vegan food? Call Coney Vibes. Go ahead.
Okay, good. So again, we got some other people to come on.
No, that's Miss Renee.
Okay. Bless you, Miss Renee. She's a wonderful woman. She's a powerful woman. She raised a great daughter. And I wish every mother on the planet Earth would raise great daughters so we can be more powerful. Every mother on the planet needs to raise their sons and their daughters and try to make them powerful as they can so we can stop being a beggar, begging these people to give us what they owe us. Trillions of dollars for reparation. You have repaired everybody but us. And God gonna get you, United States. You want to give $1.7 billion to some thugs that's been convicted. And you talking about giving them some money. And you had us for 400 years. And we built this whole country. And you ain't gave us nothing. That's a slap in the face. That's total disrespect on Malcolm X's birthday. My God. Come on, Captain. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all for coming out today. And this is Malcolm X's birthday. And I cleared up a lot of lies today. He already knew a white Muslim. Master Fard Muhammad had a white mother and a black father. The man that taught Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I studied the Christians, the Muslims, the Baptists, all of it. Because I wanted to know who was who and what was what. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray. So we have to wake up mentally. Over 90-some% of the people in America and the world need a psychosocial assessment and a dianetic. We carry on so many lies, we don't know what the truth look like. And Jesus said in John 8, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, you're not of my Father. If you was of my Father, you wouldn't seek to take my life. You of your father, the devil. Look in your book. The lust of your father you should do. And he was, I have to say what he said, a murdering bold, not in the truth, unalive. It's in the Bible. Then they answered the Jews. And then they called Jesus demonic, a demon. And Jesus said, not me. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Malcolm's birthday, it should be a wake-up call. Completely wake-up call. That's why Martin Luther King came over to talk to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and found out exactly who he was. Then they unalived him. put him on $1.95 hotel. Lorraine, do what? I'm on TV. I apologize for that slight delay. But again, this is Malcolm's birthday, and we should honor him for the great work he done. And he did great work. And we thank God for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad training him and teaching him. And Minister Farrakhan up under him for 9 years for the great work he did with him. And the great work we can do now to have our own banks, our own credit union, our own finance companies, the way our Chinese brothers are doing right here in Bel Air, Houston, Texas, with 600-something businesses, with 20-something billion dollars in 4 banks. And don't need the white man for nothing. This ain't no racism, this factism. We're not going to keep begging you for what you owe us. God going to make you give it to us. Captain, you back yet? Okay,
Yes,
our
I
sister
am. Ready for
is
the next
doing
clip?
something.
I'm right here.
I
I'm right here.
pray she, whenever she come back, she say something, let me know. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Malcolm X's birthday, and you learn a lot tonight about his birthday. And they lied. And again, our beautiful brother Spike is a wonderful person, but he knew not what he was doing with that part, because the nation had nothing to do with his unalive. And it's a lie that he did not tell him it was white Muslim. He did tell him that. It's a fact he told him that because he knows Master Fard Muhammad. So that lets you see it's an outright lie. Because Master Fard Muhammad had a white mother and a black father. But one drop of black blood, you black. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we've been lied to so much. And America was built on a lie, trying to make us slaves to build this country and give us nothing. They owe us reparation, trillions of dollars. And they don't want to pay us because we're bankrupt America. Ain't no backing on your money, no how come off a tree. You're giving it away with Trump. He gonna give these chumps that broke in the Capitol some money for real. And we built this country and we get nothing. My God. Catherine, you back?
Yes, sir. I've been here the whole time.
Catherine?
Can you not hear me? It's you.
Catherine.
I'm talking. I'm not muted. Check your volume.
So something going on, ladies and gentlemen. Malcolm just jumped on here.
Okay, ladies, thank
And
you all for joining us as we
I don't know. I guess she's trying to put it
talk
up.
about the memory.
Catherine, you trying to put Malcolm up?
My God. Yes, I'm here. Y'all excuse us. He can't hear. I need for him. I'm gonna call.
So
We're gonna make some
again,
adjustments while we do this clip.
this is a great night.
You never know what happens when we're live, but we are.
And we thank him for his birthday.
Here we go.
And he should be here with us.
6 daughters have kept his legacy alive in powerful and inspiring ways. Let's meet the women who carry his name forward. Atala Shabazz, the eldest, was born in 1958. Just 6 years old when her father was assassinated, she remembers him fondly as a warm and loving parent. A theater artist and speaker, she even teamed up with Yolanda King, Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter, to create a performance troupe promoting social justice. Qubila Shabazz, born in 1960, had a turbulent life. She studied at Princeton and lived in Paris, where she gave birth to her son, Malcolm. In the 90s, she faced serious legal troubles, including accusations of conspiring to kill Louis Farrakhan. Her son tragically died in 2013 under violent circumstances. Ilyasa Shabazz, born in 1962, is an educator and author. Her books, including Growing Up X, shed light on her family's story. She regularly speaks out to correct misconceptions about her father and celebrates his lifelong fight against injustice. Gamila Lumumba Shabazz, born in 1964, lives more privately. Though she once pursued a rap career, she now helps run the family's clothing line, Malcolm X Legacy, aiming to reclaim his image and voice. Malika Shabazz and her twin sister Malak were born months after Malcolm X's assassination. Malika studied architecture and sadly passed away in 2021. Malak studied biochemistry and continues to speak publicly about her father's global impact, saying he would have been a leader like Mandela or Kofi Annan. Together, these 6 daughters remind the world that Malcolm X was more than just a revolutionary. He was a father, and his legacy still echoes through the lives of the women who called him Dad. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more powerful family stories behind legendary figures.
I hope y'all enjoyed that clip. I wanted to learn, since we talked about his mother and the legacy, I wanted to make sure we also covered his daughters and what they have going on in their lives currently. And God bless them as they journey and soldier on. I know that the only grandson was lost as well. His life was taken not too long ago. So we're going. Yes. I'm sorry, Miss Jackie, if you could let him know that it's his audio. It's okay. So y'all, fam, we're going to keep moving the show right along. Again, we're going to go with this historical perspective of Malcolm X.
Down by the court, wherein if you call someone an Uncle Tom, they can sue you for libel.
Well,
so I never refer to them as Uncle Toms. I would say that Uncle Martin is my friend.
Uncle Martin is your friend, yet you would disagree with his approach to what he wants to accomplish.
Definitely. If his approach would bring about what the black man in America needs to completely eliminate the problem that we have, I would say well and good. But I very much doubt that anyone who adopts the approach that Martin Luther King has been teaching to our people in that country can point to any meaningful gains that has actually served to solve the problem.
Black Muslims have sometimes, whether you have or not, and I think probably you have sometimes, it seemed to me, been preaching hate to meet hate.
I don't advocate any kind of hate.
But there's a lot of talk that sounds very much like it.
No, I think that the guilt complex of the American white man is so profound until when you begin to analyze the real condition of the black man in America, instead of the American white man eliminating the causes that create that condition, he tries to cover it up by accusing his accusers of teaching hate. But actually, they're just exposing him for being responsible for what exists.
Well, that's something of an argument, but I've heard speeches made by some of the people of your group. I think I've heard you make speeches. It seemed to me that you were advocating what I would have to describe, I think, as violence to meet the serious injuries that have been done your people, with which I totally agree.
I don't call that violence. I don't in any way encourage black people to go out and initiate acts of aggression indiscriminately against whites. But I do believe that the black man in the United States and any human being, anywhere, is well within his right to do whatever is necessary, by any means necessary, to protect his life and property, especially in a country where the federal government itself has proven that it is either unable or unwilling to protect the lives and property of those human beings.
Just before Pierre takes it, you've got a pretty good fighter and the world's heavyweight champion lined up with you to help out. Yes, Pierre.
Well, Mr. X, if I guess I call you that, is that the proper appellation,
Yes.
Mr. X? I'm wondering if you still believe, as I think you certainly did at the time you were allied to the Black Muslim movement, in a segregated black nation in North America.
I don't believe in any form of segregation or any form of racism. I'm against any form of segregation and against racism.
Am I right in saying that the black Muslim movement, which you have left, did believe in that?
Well, Elijah Muhammad taught his followers that the only solution was a separate state for black people. And as long as I thought he genuinely believed that himself, I believed in him and believed in his solution. But when I began to doubt that he himself believed that that was feasible, and I saw no kind of action designed to bring it into existence or bring it about, then I turned in a different direction.
Are you still a Muslim yourself?
Oh, yes. I'm a Muslim. I believe in the religion of Islam, which believes in brotherhood, complete brotherhood of all people. But at the same time that I believe in this brotherhood, I don't believe in forcing my desire for brotherhood upon those who aren't willing to accept it.
Of course, I think the Christians would say that they also believed in brotherhood. What did you say to that?
I'd say they believe in it, but don't practice it.
Well, that'd be a pretty good answer.
Sir, when the muezzin goes up in the minaret twice a day, he cries to the world, there is but one God, and he is Allah. Do you deny that there is a Christian God?
The muezzin does this 5 times a day.
5 times, and I only heard him twice.
Well, you were fortunate to hear him twice. But he does this 5 times a day, and the same God that he says that he expresses the existence of is the God that the Christians profess to believe in themselves. And
I'm going to pause that right there, Minister. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So what are your thoughts so far on this video? I know you touched on some of these points earlier when we first started.
Well, I went out and came back in after I was told that you couldn't hear me. You know you can't call this phone. It's going to knock everything out.
I don't know what.
I'm on the 312 at all time. But anyhow, make a long story short, what Malcolm is saying is that Honorable Elijah Muhammad was saying that if they're not going to treat us right, we need a state of our own. And he was saying, what's the no? He was saying that he didn't see that enough. So again, he could have straightened up now about the white people being Muslims, because we already know it's white Muslim. Muslim mean one submit his will to do the will of God. Islam mean peace. And again, his teacher, Master Fard Muhammad, who taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, had a white mother and a black father. So if he was a Muslim, and he was, and we say God appeared July the 4th, 1930, then that means it's white Muslims. So he knew that from day one. So Spike Lee and whoever else propped up that lie, like he went over to Mecca, Medina, and seen some white Muslims and said, oh my God, look, like the minister lied to me. No, he did not lie to you. And I'm not saying Malcolm said that, but right here in this one, I think he had been there and back. He could clear it up right here. So that's why I want you to play it, and let me see which way you're going to go with this before I go any further. So play it, please.
And the God that the Jews believe in, one God, the creator of the universe. The Muslims believe in the God that created the universe, and I think the Christians do, and the Jews do. Now, as long as all of them are talking about the creator, the Jews may call him Jehovah, and Christians may have another name for him. Those who are Arabic speaking refer to him as Allah. Well, we believe in the same God.
Now, as the Muslim religion advances in the United States, are you modernizing it or sticking with the old faiths? For example, the complete segregation of the sexes.
I think that everything today on this earth is being modernized. Religious principles and practices, as well as political and other things.
Now, when you went to Mecca, this is a very sacred and forbidden
Here we
city.
go with this lie.
Mecca myself, and certainly didn't make it, not being a Muslim. But how would they accept you as one? You're an American. There are few American Muslims.
This is true, and by being an American and not having not being able to speak the Arabic language, I did strike a snag, a very serious snag, but I was fortunate to have been pretty well known by the officials in Arabia, and they knew too that I had accepted Orthodox Islam. It had been highly publicized in the paper, and I became a guest of the state. I was a guest of Prince Faisal, the present King Faisal, and they made it possible for me to go before the committee, Hajj committee or Hajj court, who examines you. and asks you questions about your belief. And if you pass it, then you are okay to go to Mecca. But it's
You would
true.
have to have a translator then.
I had one. Then realizing that our problem in America, that we are black Americans, and we have a problem that goes beyond religion, we formed a group known as the Organization of Afro-American Unity. And the objective of this organization, it's non-religious, number one. Any Negro can belong to it. And the objective of that organization is to bring about a condition that will guarantee respect and recognition of the 22 million black Americans as human beings. We feel that the problem, number one, of the black man in America is beyond America's ability to solve. It's a human problem, not an American problem or a Negro problem. And as a human problem or a world problem, we feel that it should be taken out of the jurisdiction of the United States government and the United States courts and taken into the United Nations in the same manner that the problems of the black man in South Africa, Angola, and other parts of the world, and even the way they're trying to bring the problems of the Jews in Russia into the United Nations because of violation of human rights. We believe that our problem is one not of violation of civil rights, but a violation of human rights. Not only are we denied the right to be a citizen in the United States, we're denied the right to be a human being.
Mr. X, may I thank you very much for coming on our program and perhaps clearing away some of the cobwebs of misconception that some of us might have had about your belief. And I think you're a very sincere man, and it takes a lot of courage to admit a former belief is wrong, and we congratulate you for that and the service you performed tonight in giving us your views. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you.
You heard that, Cap? You
I
heard
did.
him, Cap?
I
A
did.
former belief that was wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that can't be true because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad put up $10,000 a word. If J. Edgar Hoover or any part of the government who control the government could find one word wrong, and from 65 to 2026, they ain't found one word wrong yet. So again, they even got the Jewish book that Minister Farrakhan put up and told them they could find the relationship between the Jews and the black, that he would get rid of the book if he would go to them who wrote it, which we didn't write it, they wrote it, and they ain't done that either. So what they were trying to do was play Malcolm against the nation on the cool.
Right.
And got him where he went, and Orthodox, he was already joined Islam. And we'd already made a shahada, not physically, but spiritually. So again, they play these games because they mislead our Christian brothers and sisters that Christianity, which is made up anyhow. Jesus Christ never heard the word Christianity, okay? He never heard the word English, okay? So the J ain't been around for 600 years, so everything we've been taught is an outright lie. And Jesus said, may peace be unto you, may peace back to you, which means assalamu alaikum in the Arabic language. So again, we just been lied to. My sister and all of you that's listening, and all the over 1 million people in 30 days gonna hear this. It's just been a lot of lies and misconception about Malcolm X. He knew for a fact it was white, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Muslims. He knew for a fact that Master Fard Muhammad taught the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for 3.5 years, 3 years and 4 months or whatever. He know that to be a fact. So that what makes this an outright lie, because when you see Master Fard Muhammad, he looked like a white man. And Catherine got him right there in the house, but I'm not gonna have her go down those stairs and get the picture and come all the way back up, because you can Google it, it's there. So again, it's an outright lie. And that's what they do, they sell lies. And Donald Trump, one of the best lie sellers on the planet Earth that's ever been in that presidency. So again, he's a puppet and a robot and being controlled by Israel. So until you give the people justice, there'll be no peace. God is after peace and not confusion. So they tried to play Malcolm against his leader. And later on, when Malcolm was coming back, and they knew he was coming back, if he wasn't coming back, then why did you unalive him? See? Again, they don't want no powerful, because J. Edgar Hoover said, we don't want no black messiah. We don't want nobody leading them to God, to the real God, not some God coming out the sky. The church is us. Boy, we've been lied to. Dr. Mendel and Dr. Leakey, the Mendel Law, the anthropologists have proven Lucy, 2 million years old in Berkeley, California, wrong name, but the white man ain't been here for 6,000 years. Uh-oh. And then in Ethiopia, they found another bone structure, lady named Delano, whatever name is, 6 million years old. So all life has come from the black woman. The black woman and the father, the mother and father of earth. Not biologically, but genetically. And that's a scientific fact. It's not no racism, it's factsism. Blue eyes can't have brown eyes. Recessive can't have dominant. Dominant has recessive. And we're not black. This is brown. They not white. They're European. The essence of us is black, and all colors come from that. And that's where all the lie comes from. The Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the so-called Indians, Jamaicans, that's decent landmass, DSCNT. Them people are black. We outnumber the white man 11-1. So the census count is a con game. And this is what they do. And slavery is in the penitentiary, where they make over $40 billion a year on 400 different products in Unicorp. So all of this is a lie. And that's why Malcolm said they even accept us as human. Because in 3/5 human, they say we 3/5 human. Under Dred Scott, case 1857, Chief Roger Taney. If you 3/5 human, Catherine, and guess, you're not even alive. And the only president I know of, Clinton, came back and apologized for the Tuskegee experiment in 1934, where they lined up 400 to 600 of us and gave us syphilis. So again, then dropped the bomb on us, then dropped another bomb on us in Philadelphia on the movement, the government.
Yeah.
And we had 100 Black Wall Streets, and they decimated all of them. This is what you're dealing with. So it's too many of y'all go along to get along, and you don't want the truth. And 44% of our people are functional illiterate. And that's why in the Bible, God say, you must study to show yourself approved. And in Revelation 18, God say, come out of her, my people. She have become the habitation of devils, from every foul and evil spirit, from every unclean caged bird. And God said, she have waxed rich, diamonds and gold. Just read it. And God said, in 1 hour, it would be desolate. He would get rid of all the malls and all the St. John's and all the purses and all the materialistic buffoonery things. Now they got our women all on Facebook and Instagram fighting each other, pulling each other out. And some of you males are weak as hell. Instead of you feminine, you should be stopping it. Me and my son was out about 2 weeks ago, and I don't even go out. And we was over on Washington, and two women, about 4 or 5 women got ready to fight. I rushed over there and grabbed the woman, pulled her, I don't even know her name to this night. Told the owner of the club, no, we're not doing that. Then the man that got ready to fight, I pulled him, we'll let them fight. We peacemakers, we're not peace breakers. And that's who we are. And that's why God says he's the author of peace and not confusion. He says he's in the world, but he's not of the world. And that's the problem with America. America is racist, systemic racism. With that man still in that office, should shut the war down immediately, an unjust war. They already wrote, they ain't trying to do none of that. I want another letter. They said, we're not writing another letter. Barack had already took care of that. That man did that because he's trying to change the narrative of the news thing with that Jeffrey Epstein thing. That's all that was. That's all it was. So again, and Israel is controlling him. He's a puppet. They tried to get Barack to do it, Bush to do it, Clinton to do it, Biden to do it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump been led and tricked and pushed and weak enough to fall into it. I don't know what he owe him or what he doing, but he's taking money from the government. He's taking money from the taxpayer, and the whole world see it. 34 felonies. How can a man be a president with 34 felonies? What kind of democracy have y'all written up? That's why Jesus Christ, Yahshua, was here. He wouldn't follow democracy. Democracy comes from democratis, the rule of the devil. If Jesus Christ was here, Muhammad was here, David, Josiah, 8 years old, Moses, Joseph, any of them was here, Ezekiel. If they was here, Daniel, they wouldn't follow democracy. They would follow theocracy, the rule of God. And that's what's wrong with America. This whole thing is jacked up. You know it's jacked up. A man, the president, didn't show his taxes. A man, president, done sued the government, the tax for $10 billion. Said, well, I'll just settle and take 1.7 billion, 776, 1776. Lord have mercy. And you weak Republicans, you're gonna lose all your constituents. And God is gonna get all of you Trumpanites, you Israelites that's wicked and following this filthy system and Project 2025. So on Malcolm X's birthday, I just spoke the truth to the American government, to the American people. Revelation 18, come out of her, my people. God said, my people, possessive pronoun, come out of her, my people, and partake not in her sin. She have become the habitation of devil, from every foul and evil spirit, from every unclean caged bird, come out of her. In Revelation 19, she became a great whore. This is what Donald Trump took over and has turned America into a whore and prostituting her. And this is why Saudi Arabia got rid of him and said we have no more to do with him. And China is the world power. And their arsenal is over 15 years ahead of anyone. Drones, the whole 9 yards. So again, ladies and gentlemen, state of emergency, move Donald Trump, stop the war, move his whole cabinet, get somebody in there that believes in God just a little bit and do something for the people. And that's the only way we will ever be successful, because the word democracy is democratis, the rule of the devil. If Jesus Christ was here, he would follow theocracy. So I've said it, you heard it, you know it. Catherine, you can play the commercials now.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll play this short clip and then we will go into our commercial because it ties into what the Johnny Binder Show is all about.
Catherine?
In every country that you go to, usually the degree of progress can never be separated from the woman. If you're in a country that's progressive, the woman is progressive. If you're in a country that reflects a consciousness toward the importance of education, it's because the woman is aware of the importance of education. But in every backward country, you'll find the women are backward. And in every country where education is not stressed, it's because the women don't have education. So one of the things I became thoroughly convinced of in my recent travels is the importance of giving freedom to the woman, giving her education, and giving her the incentive to get out there and put that same spirit and understanding in the children. And I frankly am proud of the contribution that our women have made in the struggle for freedom. And I'm one person who's for giving them all of the leeway possible, because they've made a greater contribution than many of us men. And one of the best ways that they can help is to encourage the man try and inspire him to be more militant and turn him away from being nonviolent and passive and meek and Uncle Tomish. Make him aware that the black woman wants to see her man be a man instead of around here using religion as an excuse to be a coward, and some of the things that he's been reflecting here lately.
You helping me, Captain, all the rest of us, saving lives.
To me, yeah.
So that y'all celebrate us and help us open up vocational schools and save our kids and our kind. You don't want to do that. You want to sit in the back like a house nigga, a fool, and do what you do. Because I have 5,000 heaven-making angels around me. And anybody come against me, God is going to destroy them. I can name all the people that come at me. God has destroyed them, have created problems in their family.
Yeah.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying to you is that the black woman is the mother of earth. She has melanin in her skin, right here, melanin. The sun is her friend, not her enemy.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen to me. Yeah.
Now that some of your crew is snitching, get out the game. Whatever money you got, open some kind of business. If you don't know how to open a business, do what my partner did. He gave his money to the restaurant owner. Now he rich because the restaurant owner paid him every month. He invested like $500,000 with it. And now he out of Galveston. So now he get rich. Him and his wife got a big home. They come out of Texas University. If you ain't an entrepreneur, invest your money with a D or with Catherine, whoever doing business. With me, I'm going to build 90 townhouses. I need 2.5 right now. So again, invest your money with somebody you can trust. Get out the game. If you don't get out the game, you're going to prison. And 85-90% of the time you do, when you get out, you be dead.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. So it's Johnny Biden talking to you.
Listen to me. Yeah.
Welcome back, fam, to the Johnny Binder Show. If you are watching this on replay, please,
Yes, ma'am.
drop a comment to let us know what you
Ms.
think about
Catherine?
the show. And please like or please be sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, everywhere you see at Johnny Binder Show. So we'll get back to it. I think the minister has lost his sound again. And we'll be
Miss Catherine?
going on with that. I'm right here. You can't hear me.
Okay, take it out.
You're gonna have to go out. It's you. Bam. It's you. You need to exit. You exit. Okay. Lord have mercy. Y'all see the pleasures of going live. I think he got it. But fam, I asked a question earlier, and that was, what is the legacy of Malcolm X to you? If you could drop that in the comments, I would greatly appreciate it. We would greatly appreciate learning from you as we celebrate his legacy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I went out and came back in again. I thank y'all tonight for Martin Luther King. We love you. For Malcolm X's birthday, we did a great job. I know we did. Catherine, thank you for fanning that thing on his mother that said so much. 28 years.
Yep.
I think it was from 1938 to 1963.
I can't remember. I want to say yes.
38 and 25 and 63. That's what it was. That's why I remember it. I just don't know the history of what happened when she got out in 63. Was Malcolm still alive, where he could go?
Yeah, she was still alive when she got out.
Okay. Yeah, no one ever said how they embraced and how he was trying to get out, because they say they was consistently trying to get out, and this how rotten the government was to lock that woman up 25 years because she had all those children wouldn't bow to them. Uh, we have proven the case tonight that it was the United States government and J. Edgar Hoover and his Hooverites, and now it's Donald Trump, Knights in Israel. And we do believe in God, the one God, and God will move all of them and soon out of those places, because God said, what you done to the least of them, you also done unto me.
Indeed. Indeed. So we have one more clip that we can play. I'm trying to make sure to time this one out, right?
Yeah, you got 14 minutes, so you got it.
Well, we're not going to press to the end.
Muslims,
No, I didn't say that.
sometimes, whether you have or not, and I think probably you have.
I'm going to see where he goes with this one, because I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to check it out.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Have sometimes, it seemed to me, been preaching hate to meet hate.
I don't advocate any kind of hate.
But there's a lot of talk that sounds very much like it.
No, I think that the guilt complex of the American white man is so profound until when you begin to analyze the real condition of the black man in America, instead of the American white man,
I hear it loud and clear.
The causes that create that condition, he tries to cover it up by accusing his accusers of teaching hate. But actually, they're just exposing him for being responsible for what exists.
Well, that's something of an argument, but I've heard speeches made by some of the people of your group. I think I've heard you make speeches. It seemed to me that you were advocating what I would have to describe, I think, as violence to meet the serious injuries that have been done your people, with which I totally agree.
I don't call that violence. I don't in any way encourage black people to go out and initiate acts of aggression indiscriminately against whites. But I do believe that the black man in the United States, and any human being, anywhere, is well within his right to do whatever is necessary, by any means necessary, to protect his life and property, especially in a country where the federal government itself has proven that it is either unable or unwilling to protect the lives and property of those human beings.
Just before Pierre takes it, you've got a pretty good fighter and the world's heavyweight champion lined up with you to help out. Yes, Pierre.
Well, Mr. X, if I guess I call you that, is that the proper appellation,
Yes.
Mr. X? I'm wondering if you still believe, as I think you certainly did at the time you were allied to the black Muslim movement, in a segregated black nation in North America.
I don't believe in any form of segregation or any form of racism. I'm against any form of segregation and against racism.
Am I right in saying that the black Muslim movement, which you have left, did believe in that?
Well, Elijah Muhammad taught his followers that the only solution was a separate state for black people. And as long as I thought he genuinely believed that himself, I believed in him and believed in his solution. But when I began to doubt that he himself believed that that was feasible, and I saw no kind of action designed to bring it into existence or bring it about, then I turned in a different direction.
Are you still a Muslim yourself?
Oh, yes. I'm a Muslim. I believe in the religion of Islam, which believes in brotherhood, complete brotherhood of all people. But at the same time that I believe in this brotherhood, I don't believe in forcing my desire for brotherhood upon those who aren't willing to accept it.
Of course, I think
it's kind of a repeat of a clip that we watched earlier, so I won't go through the whole thing. There was a comment by Miss Monthray, Miss Sampson, and she said that we must We must return to an active brotherhood. When did we have this brotherhood, Minister? Do you think it was stronger back during the still civil rights movement than it is today?
That's a fact. When in the 60s, when the Panthers, which come the 10th Point program from the Nation of Islam, the SNCCs, all the groups, NAACP, another group, United Front, all these groups came together, and all we asking for is to be left alone in freedom and let us take our money and take care of our wife, our family, and our children. And the government, now you see what they're doing. They're taking money. They got gas up, starting wars. Never took the word back that we three-fifth human from the Dred Scott case, 1857, Chief Roger Taney. So this is how low down these people is. And if you three-fifth human, you're not even alive. So if we're not alive, then the white man would be alive because he came from us. So all this is a lie, man. And they would never debate with us with this. They won't bring no Caucasian on here or some pastor that's jacked up won't come on here with the lie because they're going to get busted completely out. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay, I'm going to end it like this. Cain killed Abel. Well, when Cain killed Abel, he left. He ran into another woman. I thought it wasn't before people. I thought it was Cain, Abel, Adam, and Eve. How did he run into another woman? That wasn't no beginning. That was their beginning. So again, my beloved, we've been lied to. It was 81 books. They took 15 books out. The next book was Enoch, with the 4 angels, Michael being the head angel, telling us what to do. So if you can keep people confused, you can control them. That's why they made it against the law for 315 years for us not to read. 44% of our children finish school now function literate. They don't want us to know who we are, what we are, or our purpose, where they can control us like robots and puppets, like they're doing Donald Trump.
Yep.
They will not come on here and debate with us. They won't win. I'm not with democracy. I'm with theocracy, the rule of God. So
And I
take
think
us out.
that's yeah, for sure, for sure. Again, thank
Malcolm,
y'all for joining us.
hold up. Daughters of Malcolm, all the families of Malcolm, we love you. All the believers and all the great work he's done. In the Nation of Islam, we love you. Hebrew Israelite, Black United Front, all those believe in God, we love you. But the truth must be told. Spike Lee, we love you. Malcolm knew he was white Muslim. The lie's over. Thank you.
Okay, and we're getting ready to go out with this last Malcolm X video. And I thank y'all for joining us for this celebration. You know, we love to play the minister on the show. He was inspirational, motivational, and so much of what he went, so much about what he spoke about is still unfortunately true today. We haven't resolved much of anything. So on that note, fam, I love y'all. Give you going out with peace and love and blessings. And here's this clip.
A people who refuse to know themselves will always be ruled by someone else. Know your power and claim your future.
Listen to me.